So it's just after the theme has gotten released. The theme for this game jam is actually Trust No One, which is a really interesting theme. I didn't really expect something like that, but it's pretty cool. My idea for the game is having a system or a game where you run around and you try and defend a set of civilians that are in a randomly generated maze. So then when the attackers are coming in to try and attack the civilians, the attackers can actually turn the civilians, so you can't trust that they're safe ever. But we'll see how it turns out. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know if I'm going to go for a maze or just like a randomly generated level, but we'll see. That'll definitely come as I figure out how to do the generation stuff. So that's the first step, is to figure out how to generate the level, and then I will move on from that. Alrighty, here we are. It's about 2.5 hours in now. I have my game idea fleshed out and I have my terrain generation working. So it's got a bunch of changeable parameters, which is really nice. I'll be able to play with the way levels are generated. And next I'm going to move on to generating obstacles on the levels, so that way there's actually some variation in like moving around the level and which enemies to target. It's just before 7 o'clock on Friday evening, and I just wanted to take a second to talk about what I've been thinking about the process so far. Giving my brain a little bit of a break and a little bit of time away from the computer, I'm coming back with a whole lot more ideas on how to actually like frame the game. I have what I think is a good mechanic, I just didn't really know what kind of game I wanted it to be, and now I have a couple more ideas on that. But overall development has been really good so far. I'm really excited about what I'm developing, and I didn't think I'd have as much time to learn new things during the game jam as I do. I'm gonna try and get the main mechanics finished up tonight, so I have a little bit of work left to do on the shooting system and the enemies tonight, and then that'll give me tomorrow to start to add a few more of the fluff features to the game, and then Sunday will be polishing. Alrighty, it's now Friday night. My brain is a little toasted after programming the AI for the enemies in the game, or at least the first iteration of it. I just hit my first major wall of the game jam, which is a little bit not making me super happy, but I guess I am about 9 hours in at this point, so it makes a little bit of sense. So starting the first energy drink, and hopefully I can recover and move on. But yeah, I'm really excited about what's next. The main mechanic that I have left to actually implement is the conversion from enemy to friend part of the AI. But once I do that, I'll have all the main mechanics in, and then it'll just be like adding in the features that make the game really fun to play. So I'm getting excited about the game and the way it's turning out, and I think it's gonna be a good one, but we'll see in a couple days. I was able to get most of the features that I wanted to implemented today. Right now I have a shooting system, enemies and their AI, they transition between good guys and bad guys, and I even got like some visual effects done, so like when the bullets hit something, they break into a bunch of different little particles, and when you get hit by an enemy's bullet, you get knocked back and there's a little bit of a screen shake. But I'm now very much so looking forward to sleeping, because it's almost 3:30 in the morning as is. But yeah, we'll get back on it tomorrow. It's now Saturday morning, and I wasn't able to sleep super well last night. I was a little stressed about, like, I should be working on the game, but I was able to get a couple hours of good sleep. And this morning so far, I've spent a little bit of time looking into doing animations and modeling. So I have the monkey character for the enemy of the game modeled out, and I finished up the animations for the zookeeper, which will be the player character of the game. I'm going to spend the next hour or so animating the monkey's idle and run animations, and then I think I will be good to go to start trying to get those animations into Unity and set up the animation managers in there. It's now about 8:30 at night, and I've spent the whole day pretty much trying to fine-tune the game into some, like, all the mechanics are solid and playable and good to go, so there's no more tweaking left there. I now have a health bar system, a score system. The AI is a little bit better. They don't train as hard behind the player when you're running away from them, which is good. I also finished the animations, which is really good. I don't have anything left to do there except for just a little bit of tweaking, but that's all stuff that I can do if I have time. But for the core features, everything is done. I just need to implement the menu stuff, sound stuff, and add a few more obstacles. And then I'll be pretty much done with the game, at least the stuff that I really wanted to get in this game jam. I think it's going really well. My progress today hasn't been as good, but having all the main features done feels really good. Alrighty, it's now about 11:30 at night. It's been a good day. I'm not super motivated to do any more programming or 3D modeling stuff for the evening, so I'm probably just going to do some of the sound effects for the game tonight. I don't really know if I want to do background music or not. I'm not really sure yet. So I'm going to keep that in mind while I'm doing some sound effects. Tomorrow I'll be polishing. There's a couple bugs that need to be fixed still, but yeah, for the most part, I'm getting really close to being finished with the game, or at least like the actual stuff that I have to do. I now have all the menu stuff in place. I'm really happy. I have a whole day left to do all that optional stuff. Let's go make some sound effects and then call it a day. It's now Sunday at about 10:30 in the morning, and I've just finished putting together my final list of features that I want to add to the game today. I want to finish adding stuff to the game by about 4 o'clock today, so that way I can spend the remainder of the evening bug fixing. I know the game jam doesn't finish until tomorrow, but I'd really like to finish today. Maybe a little bit of wrap-up work tomorrow, but it's going well so far, and I expect it to continue to do so. Alrighty, so I've now implemented the trash objects, which means the scoring system is pretty much done. I'm going to work on getting the score displayed and also the ammo displayed, and then it'll be on to more of the graphical fixes for the game. So stuff like cleaning up the UIs, doing scene transitions, adding a few more obstacle objects, so that way the game is a little less stale. And then I think it'll just be bug fixing. So I just finished implementing the high score system. It was actually not too terrible. I didn't realize that Unity had a player preferences system. That makes data writing like this so much easier. I didn't have to figure out a way to do a save system or anything like that. All I had to do was set some different player preferences as the scores, and that pretty much did it. I also went through, fixed a couple of bugs, like you could jump off of anything before, now it's only the floor. And yeah, I'm getting really close to being done. I only have pretty much some post-processing and audio stuff left to do. I want to add some background noise just to play constantly during the game. And then I also want to add some post-processing effects to make the game look just a tiny bit better. But for now, it's in a spot where I could submit it as a game and I'd be happy with it, which is really nice. It's a really nice feeling. I don't have any bugs that I know about that are outlying that are bothering me or anything like that. So I'm going to finish up the post-processing stuff and the last bits of audio stuff, and then I will demo the game. Everything is polished up. I fixed the last couple of bugs and now it's ready for release. So I'm gonna go submit it to BenBonk's Game Jam, and that's that. It's about 4:30 in the morning, the night before it's due. I'm super tired, but I'm really happy that I just stayed up and crushed it tonight. I'm gonna do a little bit more looking at it tomorrow and just see how I feel about it in a couple days even. So yeah, we'll see. It's now Monday afternoon, right after the jam. I just woke up from like a 10-hour, 11-hour sleep, I think, which felt really good. Now that I'm well rested, I honestly couldn't be happier with the way that this jam went. I made something that I'm proud of. I learned an incredible amount from the jam, and it now makes me have faith in my ability to make games. Yeah, I'm really stoked on that and really excited to see what's next. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way this past weekend went. I want to say thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.